Let's jump right in. We are going to wait for our special guest, Lorna Vanderhaeghe. Today we are talking about tummy troubles and tummy troubles for all ages. So make sure you get your questions ready because we are here to answer all of them for you. We had some questions come in ahead of time and we'll make sure we get to those as well before the live ends. Let us know where you guys are from and where you're joining us from and maybe how your weather is. I heard that Ontario has 20-degree weather right now. It might still be raining in Vancouver, but you know, it's just the way it rolls. All right, so our special guest has joined and we will just start up and get ready to go. There you are.
Hey.
I was like, I'm talking to myself.
Well, I could hear you just fine. It was when the IT people needed to join us, but I'm Lorna Vanderhaeghe. I'm a women's natural health expert. I have master's in science. I've written 13 books on nutrition. And I used to have a women's supplement line called Lorna Vanderhaeghe Health Solutions. And I've talked a lot about bowel movements over the years. So tummy troubles, we now know that our gut is where 70% of our immune system sits. We also know that our gut is where our serotonin, our happy hormone, is produced and then travels to our brain. We now know that the digestive system is linked to diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. And, we don't really give it a second thought. Most people are constipated and we should be having, 2 8-inch bowel movements a day or 3/4, something like that. We aren't. It's a real challenge because we've got to get our gut nice and healthy.
Yes, definitely. And I don't know when we got cut off in the conversation, but we always talk about the tummy, which in most people think is the stomach. But where are all these problems actually occurring? Are we actually feeling these issues from our stomach, or are they, of course, from the intestines?
Well, it can be both. I mean, you could have gas, burping, bloating, constipation, diarrhea. I always say it starts in the mouth and it ends at the butt. And there's a lot of things that have to go right along the way. The stomach is not a carburetor. So if you don't chew your food until it's mush, that creates all kinds of stress. People drinking gallons of water every time they have a meal, that's also diluting your stomach acid and digestive enzymes. We're extremely reliant on things like Tums, antacids, prescription drugs that literally shut down your digestive system. So maybe we want to talk about how we get our digestive system working properly. We eat lots of vegetables, which are a great source of fiber. And we're going to talk about fiber because it's so important. And, good sources of protein that are organic and free range and wild. And, limit the sugar because it is the killer and it's really bad for the gut and for your immune system as well. So we want to eat the right foods. We want to chew them till they're mush. We want to sit down when we eat. So if you are the parent, I won't talk about you, but if you're the parent,
not hinting at all at this one.
Standing at the bar while your kids are sitting and eating dinner and you're wolfing down your food, that is not good. You have to sit in a chair and focus on digestion. So, it really starts there. But if you're that person who's having gas, burping and bloating, constipation, diarrhea, tummy pain, abdominal pain, you want to go to your doctor. And one of the tests I always tell people to have is an H. pylori. This is a test for a bacteria that is linked to ulcers and a whole host of those symptoms that we're talking about. And if you have H. pylori, probably the whole family does because we tend to share things in our household. And so rule that out first. Then you want to chew your food until it's mush, liquid, and then have digestive enzymes with your meals. And I like the ones that you can just take when you're eating, not the ones that you have to take an hour before because nobody's going to do that. And then we want to look at your fiber consumption. And none of us, in preparation for this talk, I looked up how much fiber we're supposed to consume. It's 30 grams, which is a lot of fiber. We say like 5 cups of vegetables a day, and nobody is doing that. And Canadians are getting 6 to 8 grams of fiber a day. So it is no wonder that we are seriously constipated. And I don't know if you have the poop chart, but everybody should get a copy of the poop chart. Yes. So if you are pooping out hard little balls and not nice, you know.
We want to be in the middle here. Number
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Yes.
Nice exit.
And easy to move.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this becomes an issue when you're toilet training your little kids, because if they're having a hard time and they're constipated, it's a terrifying experience, which is why a lot of kids hide behind the couch, scream at the top of their lungs, and want to wear diapers for the rest of their life. So, you know, I mean, we've got to look at fiber consumption. And you have a great fiber. When I had Lorna Vanderhaeghe Health Solutions, I had a fiber called Regular Girl. And sadly, that got discontinued in Canada. But you have a fiber that it includes the same ingredients. It's called BeRegular. So for all those people listening who used to love my Regular Girl, hooray, BeRegular is here.
It is. And it's for adults and regular kids. So
Yes.
there's the whole spectrum. And I wanted to talk about what you were saying, constipation with little kids. And, you know, of course, when anyone's constipated and they're not going or they're holding it in, the stool is drying out, which actually makes it worse when you do go to the washroom. And this happens with school age kids who are holding it the entire day at school because they really don't want to use that washroom. And it causes a lot more problems in the long run.
Hemorrhoids.
Yes.
Hemorrhoids. It causes hemorrhoids. So anybody who has hemorrhoids, that's an indicator that your bowel movements are not right. They are not the form that they should be. And let's talk a little bit about BeRegular, because it contains fiber, which is a prebiotic fiber. So prebiotics are food for your probiotics, the good bacteria in your gut. And it also contains probiotics, which is what we need in our gut. So we need good probiotics in our digestive system. Then we need to have a prebiotic fiber, which feeds the probiotics in our digestive tract. And then voila, within a couple of weeks, you will never want to stop taking BeRegular again, because it's so effortless. We call it the no white poop.
You know, most people don't realize all the signs and symptoms of tummy troubles until they see something like the poop chart. And they actually look and go, wow, I have been the watery number 6 my entire life, and I had no idea that wasn't normal. So if we don't say things to our practitioners like, hey, this is what's happening every day, or we don't have kids and then the practitioner asks us what their stool looks like, we could go our entire lives and not know, because people don't like to talk about poop. But it is a window to our health.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think Bryce Wild said, if you're having to use baby wipes
that was me.
wipe your adult bum,
yeah,
then you've got a problem. Yeah. But I think you know, we make jokes about bowel movements, but people need to understand that your stomach, your digestive system, your mouth to your butt, it's involved in hormone detoxification. It is involved in blood sugar management, cholesterol lowering. So, you know, even though we've been talking about gas, burping, bloating, constipation, and diarrhea, remember all of the major conditions like high cholesterol, high blood sugar, weight gain, you know, especially if you've got that big belly from your belly button down to your pubic bone. If you're carrying all of your weight in that area, it's your gut. And we've got to fix your gut.
And also, when you were talking about that, all I thought was, you know, our minerals like iron is digested in our small intestine. So if we don't have a good digestive tract, we're not even getting the nutrients from the foods we're eating. And that's another problem altogether.
Right. And so let's talk about the fiber in BeRegular so people really understand. And, you know, most of us who've ever taken a fiber supplement like psyllium, and you put it in the glass and it turns into this gloopy, gritty, awful. And I think they even put some weird orange flavor in there or something.
They do. Yeah.
It's horrible. Where BeRegular goes completely clear in water.
Yeah, so I thought we would do a live demo. So this is the I can't really show you. It's white powder.
Yeah.
Here's my glass of water.
Yeah.
So, and then I have a little stir to make it go nice. Ooh, there it goes.
And here's the other thing about, and you can just use a spoon. She just happens to be using her little whizzer. There's no taste, none, no taste. It goes completely clear in water. If you can leave it on your counter all day, it does not turn into a Jello ball.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids don't even know they're getting it. And, you know, if you think about when you have an infant, you know, you've got a 6-month-old or an 8-month-old who's terribly constipated, or a 14-month-old, and you go to the doctor, what do they give kids?
Peg.
What do they recommend?
Peg.
And is Peg actually for kids?
No, it's off label, and it's so frightening after a kid takes Peg because it makes it so urgent that it's
scary.
It's very scary
for
kids.
Plus it's not designed for use in children. So the beautiful thing about this type of fiber is that it can be given to very, very young children. It's a food. It's basically a food, and you get the good probiotics, which are so important for our gut. And it's yummy. You can read the label to everybody so they know exactly what they're getting. But yeah, and it's soluble fiber. It dissolves into water, but this fiber does not get gloopy, gritty, and turn into a Jello ball.
Yeah, and there's only 2 ingredients, like you said. So it is just the prebiotic and just the probiotic. There's just 2 ingredients in the product. So super clean for the entire family and so safe. It's more like a modulating effect in your intestines, you know, middle ground, like nice and smooth. There's no urgency. You're not running to the bathroom. You don't have to worry when you give it to your kids that they're going to end up rushing to the washroom. Because, you know, if you send them off to school with some BeRegular in their water bottle, you don't want to be worried that they're going to end up running
an accident.
And it is not a laxative.
Right. And you know, I mean, these fibers are so awesome at, you know, also improving, as you said, the absorption of nutrients in your gut. And because they aren't causing, see, it's going
almost
clear.
There.
Yeah. And then Caitlyn and I just finished doing presentations across the country, and women were like, oh, it's magic water. And I said, wait till you've taken it for a week. You're going to really believe it's magic water.
It's true.
Good for the whole family.
It is. It's great for the whole family. I know my husband has always been a big fan of this product, and he was very excited when it became part of the KidStar line, and now we're always stocked in it. So he's quite happy. But there are lots of conditions where we need more fiber, and this is a very simple way to get fiber into our diets.
It is. It's a great way to get more fiber, because I remember when I wrote one of my books, I thought, oh, we're going to eat 5 cups of vegetables a day. And my 4 children were revolting by day 3, because it's very challenging to get that amount of plant-based food into, you know, your daily diet. That's why people are only eating 6 to 8 grams of fiber a day. So this is 5 grams of fiber per scoop, and 8 billion bifidobacterium, the probiotic. And the nice thing about, so 1 little scoop.
Yeah. And here we go.
Yeah. So no smell, no taste, no gloop, no grit.
Super easy.
Drop. Yeah, super easy for people to take.
Yeah. It's I was actually just talking today about, I'm like, what else can we do with this product? Because I love it so much. I want to make more products like it.
Well, you could put that product, I mean, I always think about, you know, the other thing is you can put it in protein shakes. You can add it to protein shakes as well to get extra fiber. And you can take more than 1 scoop a day. If you really want to correct things quicker, you can take more per day. And, you know, the only thing you can't put it in is carbonated beverages.
Carbonated beverages, and you can't heat it or else the probiotic will die, but the fiber would still be fine. So, you know, if you did want to add it to something warm, the probiotic would die, but the prebiotic would still be great.
Plus, it's also very affordable. When we were standing in one of the stores, I looked at all the fiber supplements that were currently being sold. None of them had the probiotic. None of them had a live probiotic. And And so you get the benefit of your probiotic along with your fiber, and the prebiotic fibers are great because they are food for the probiotics. So that means that they're going to build a nice, robust, healthy, happy gut microbiome. And if you get a lot of bloating, first you're going to get that H. pylori test to make sure that you are not dealing with a bacteria in your gut. But you'll notice that your bloating disappears and you're able to eat foods. I had one friend who could not eat cruciferous vegetables because her stomach turned into a volcano. And after a week of taking BeRegular, was able to eat cruciferous vegetables, which we should be able to eat lentils, beans, cruciferous vegetables, is because our gut microbiome is not happy that we can't.
Yes. And then I want to talk about transit time as well. And there is a trick of, there's some foods you can eat that, of course, you can follow through your digestive tract to see how long it is. One of them is corn on the cob. So if you eat corn and then you see how long it takes to go from your mouth to your butt, and then, of course, you can see corn pieces, that is one way to tell your transit time, correct?
Right. And you can also use beets as another one because it's very visible when the color changes. You know, you don't want to have a super fast transit time. So a lot of the fibers that are currently sold in the pharmacy, they cause this urgency. So rapid transit, which is why they all say don't take your medications, don't take your vitamins, don't take this, don't take that, because it's causing things to go through your system so quickly. We don't want that. We want to have this gentle process where you get to absorb your nutrients in the small intestine, but not so quick that everything's shooting out the other end before you get an opportunity to really get the food benefits.
Of course, because if it's going too fast, you're not getting the nutrients from the foods you're eating or the supplements, and that's what the medication too, right? If the medication's going through you that fast, you're also not going to be getting the benefits of that either.
Right. And I think the other thing is that you can take it whenever you want. Like a lot of people are always concerned, do I have to take this with food? No, you can put it in your water bottle in the morning every day. You're not going to taste it and it won't turn into jello. So you'll be able to have the benefits throughout the day. And you know, if you've got elevated cholesterol, we know that fiber is recommended to lower cholesterol. Why? Because fiber locks on to excess cholesterol and then it's removed in your bowel movements in the stool.
I actually just learned that. So thank you. I was also going to say something else about fiber, and then that new tidbit I am now going to retain. So thank you. But on the fiber, sugar. I was actually going to talk about sugars. So when of course, Halloween is coming up as well. And there is the tidbit, if you look at the nutrition facts and you see how much fiber is in a product and how much sugar is in a product, that fiber actually helps, correct?
Yes, it lowers the glycemic index of what you're eating. So here we're coming up on Halloween. Give your kids a big scoop of BeRegular before Halloween so that things will move along. Yeah, fiber is involved in helping to balance blood sugar. Again, it's all, you know, when we eat food, our blood sugar spikes up and then drops. You'd rather have a nice slow postprandial blood sugar level, which we can do using fiber. And, you know, also fiber takes out excess estrogens in the body as well. So if you've got estrogen dominant conditions like, you know, ovarian cysts, uterine fibroids, breast lumps, all those types of things, you're able to then lock on to this excess estrogens that are floating around the body as well. And it's gluten-free.
Yes.
So there's no problem there.
It's low FODMAP. And a lot of people who have digestive conditions can't do high FODMAPs because it causes the bloating and the gas. So it's also really great because it has the low FODMAP. You're not going to get that excess because some fibers do make you gassy, and this one does not.
Yeah, like inulin. Inulin, we basically call it a gas factory because when people take it, they often get a lot of gas as a result of it. And that's not a true, this is a true regulating fiber in BeRegular. Yeah. There's a question about intolerance to dairy products, which cause, you know, bloating, constipation, diarrhea. Yeah, you would want to do this. You know, I always recommend to people who are lactose intolerant, that if they like dairy, they should look for the lactose free dairy products, probably the best idea. Or eat yogurt, because that tends to digest the sugar down.
It does, yeah.
And so yogurt is a better source for people who have a low tolerance to lactose.
And then we had another question that came in prior. I'm hoping someone from the team will pop that into the chat so I can remember what it was. But it was another thing about intolerances,
Right.
allergies. So we'll see if someone's going to add that to the chat for us.
And this is hypoallergenic. That's a really good point as well. That this ingredient is so, you know, we tend to develop food allergies to things that we eat a lot of. It's quite interesting how that happens. I was just talking to somebody who'd gone and had an food allergy test, and they said, I'm actually allergic to everything I currently eat. And I said, well, you probably eat that every day and have for several years. So they're not, you know, food allergy testing is not the most reliable. But I find that once you get your digestive system working better by chewing your food till it's mush, sitting down while you eat, taking digestive enzymes, not drinking a lot of fluids, because we don't want to dilute our stomach acid. And I want to talk about when doctors recommend that we take antacids, what's really happening there. So when someone says you should take an antacid, what happens is it shuts off your stomach acid. Well, what happens to the food that's sitting in your gut now that you don't have enough stomach acid? Stomach acid and digestive enzymes, they are what devour the food that's sitting in your gut so that it can move along in the path. And if we take antacids or some of the drugs that shut this off, then what we end up with is food sitting there, and then we end up in this vicious cycle: gas, burping, bloating, more antacids, the food's just basically sitting there not being digested properly. So a better way to deal with acid reflux and those types of things is eat smaller amounts, chew your food until it's mush, eat tiny amounts throughout the day, take digestive enzymes. Even if you have an apple, take a digestive enzyme. Get on BeRegular, take it every single day, and watch your gut transform.
Yeah, those are great tips. The other one I was thinking was take a walk after dinner. You know, getting your whole body moving is always good for your digestive system. You know, the more we sit, you know, a lot of us are in offices all day long. We're not.
Yeah, it's the calming factor that goes on. But oh, I see we have a question now. So how do you know if you have a yeast or wheat sensitivity or allergy without eliminating either of them? Well, that's a good thing. For celiac disease, there is no blood work other than you could have an anti-gliadin antibody test. And if you have an elevated anti-gliadin antibody, then it's probably a good, especially if it's super high, you most likely have a real severe gluten allergy, or at least a true gluten intolerance. Celiac disease is much more complicated, and you would have to go see a gastrointestinal doctor to deal with that particular condition. Yeah, eliminating yeast or wheat. And you know, interestingly enough, some people will have a wheat sensitivity only when they eat it with yeast. So they tend to you know, be together, whereas separately. And we need to stop consuming GMO wheat sources. So it's probably a better idea. But yeah, if you eliminate something for 10 days and then you eat it, if your joints hurt, if you start to get bloating, if you have itchy ears, itchy skin, it could be that you have an intolerance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great one. If there's any other questions, make sure you put them into the chat now. While we finish up talking about tummy troubles and what to look out for, and of course, ways to solve it and steps to do that. Oh, we do have a promo code on the KidStar Nutrients website for BeRegular, and it is actually 20% off to try it. So it's the promo code is try BeRegular. That's it, and it's not combined with anything else, so it's just your BeRegular promo code. So if you do want to try that one from the KidStar Nutrients website, put that promo code in so that you have a little discount there.
And this is what it looks like. So BeRegular, regular kids, regular adults. Oh, yes. Well, some people have bloating that's worse before their period. Absolutely, because there's a big change in your hormones right before your period starts. So, give it a try to see if that helps you deal with the bloating. Oh, there's only one Moducare. Somebody has asked, does it matter which brand of Moducare to buy? There is only one Moducare. There is no other Moducare. So here is what Moducare looks like in the little chewables. We also have it in capsules.
Which is
so
green.
yeah. But if it says Moducare TM,
Yeah.
there's only one Moducare. So, and I think that if you go to KidStar Nutrients, they have the exclusive distribution rights in Canada. So you'll be able to find it there.
BeRegular is for sale on the KidStar Nutrients website, so kidstarnutrients.com. And then also some health food stores and online retailers across Canada also already have stocked it up, but the promo code is currently only valid on the KidStar Nutrients page.
And who in Vancouver has BeRegular?
I actually think currently it's just us.
Okay.
So I think it's just KidStar Nutrients right now.
It just came out like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. So KidStar, we're the only ones right now, I believe, in Vancouver. I can double check on that. And then Ontario, there's a few locations that have now picked it up.
Yeah. It's going out the door, so some health food stores will have it shortly.
All right. Any other questions out there?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah. BeRegular, everybody.
Yeah, very, very excited for it. I don't have it behind me. Can't really see it. It is there. Very excited for this one, adults and regular kids. So
I'm very excited because I missed Regular Girl so badly, and we had people all across the country writing and complaining that they couldn't import it because it was too expensive to have it shipped here. So now you can use BeRegular.
That's right.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Lorna. And if anybody has any additional questions, they can always put them onto the post after we put this live on the site. So thank you very much for today's tummy troubles. And the next up, we have our omega-3. So stay tuned to that one and the date we are going live. Everyone have a lovely day. Chat soon.